Viking hails from Finland. This time we go to Sweden with a new album by Ereb Altor. This is a digipack release, released through Hammerheart Records February 2025, and this is Hälsingemörker. Now, those of you who are not familiar with the band, this is a Viking heavy metal act that has been here since 2003, give or take, and now quite a few albums out. Through these years, the band has also changed their style somewhat, meaning their focus points have maybe shifted from a little bit over the years, but nonetheless, the same core still exists in the band. This band name has a curious story because it's actually related to role-playing games, not so much, Viking mythology and other things related to history. Nonetheless, or maybe because of that, it's even more fascinating. I mean, lots of things are in black metal and beyond related to fantasy literature, including J.R.R. Tolkien and Lord of the Rings stories, so why not beyond that too? I was happy to interview these guys a couple of years ago when they performed in my home city, so there is more depth to that. But this time we'll focus on the music with this given album, which has, in my opinion, beautiful cover design, beautiful booklet, and very, very fitting for the mood of this album. So, like I said, this is kind of a combination of epic themes related to Vikings and whatnot, but musically it's not really just basic heavy metal nor basic folk metal, but kind of a combination of all these ideas. So when you see these definitions or genre mentions on metal archives like epic doom / Viking metal early and later on Viking black metal, well, first of all, this album isn't exactly anything related to black metal as such. You're not gonna find raspy vocals or certain riffs which are not that really black metal. I would even say this is more of that epic doom / heavy metal, and then of course these Viking metal things. Whatever is the case, if you're a fan of the band previously, you're obviously gonna check out this one. You're supposed to be in terms with this given album. So throughout the years, ever since 2003, so more than 20 years now, the band has been putting albums quite so often. I mean, a couple of years between the albums, and that has been relatively the pace, or even more so for many, many years. However, lately it has a little bit slowed down, but not too much. So when you see here like 2 or 3 years difference, basically the similar things have been happening later on. Maybe just slowing a little bit every 3 years now, ever since Jartecken 2019. So what is this Hälsingemörker all about then, except for the things mentioned in the beginning and or previously? Well, like you see here, it's 45 minutes through 7 songs, which means the songs are more on the lengthier side of things, not really in and out sweet and all that within 3-4 minutes, but more 6-7 minutes. So kind of a building that epic momentum. However, with their songwriting skills and the ability to build on this epic soundscape, I think it's actually really, really cool and okay to do lengthier songs. People who have been following the channel know that I'm not exactly a fan of longer songs because so many musicians tend to end up, just pleasing themselves with the extra lengthy songwriting and sometimes losing the momentum in the making. But Ereb Altor is not that. First of all, the album starts with the called Valkyrian Fate, which is already a kind of a future banger. There's this strong, thing going on with the chorus parts or the lyrical parts, where it says about time of fire and time of war and all. And in my opinion, it kind of shows very well why this band is liked and good in their respective genres. However, because of this kind of hybrid nature of the band and this given album, it's not gonna please everybody. Those who are more looking kind of at more traditional ways of heavy metal might feel this a little bit off because of these Viking folky tunes, a little bit, obscuring the lines between classic heavy metal or epic doom for that matter, and then these Viking themes. Then again, the certain kind of Bathory-esque things blending in with the heavy metal and epic doom are indeed quite inviting, meaning this album is very, very nice to listen to. There are no problems with the production whatsoever. In my opinion, it's somewhere between the highly produced and then a little bit more organic take on things. So very, very well-balanced things. And when it comes to vocals, the vocals alone are worth giving this album a listen. They have some kind of a charisma and nice tune to it that it's very, very pleasing to listen to this album. So if there are complaints, what I'm complaining about, well, let's be honest about it. These songs could be a lot more catchier. Whether you compare this to, say, classic heavy metal things or things of Bathory's Viking era, you won't find necessarily songs which are that captivating. This is not to say it's a bad thing, but obviously when you start comparing, and this is more like, kind of a bound to happen eventually, things will be compared like, okay, why there aren't things like this and that. In terms of Ereb Altor, I think this is somewhere between, maybe not the best of their albums, but definitely not the worst either. Then again, I'm no expert in Ereb Altor's production. The whole career, discography and all. Haven't heard all of them, so can't really say how this will fall eventually when I'm going through the discography with their retrospective video and all. But for fans of the given band, I think this is pretty safe addition. There are no high risks and weird moments. It's not going off-road of their given beaten path. So give it a go. Like I said, this is out February 7th through Hammerheart Records. So one of the early ones of this year and very, very fresh from the oven. Now, give it a go. Links are included in the description box. You know what to do. Bye-bye.